Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What is good? What is good? What is good, beautiful people? Of course, you know who I be. Good Doc, Dr. Mike TV, back again once again. You already know what it is, baby. Instant classic in the making. First time to the channel, guys. Subscribe, notify, do all the good things to make Subway verse of the Good Docs content. Everything you should need to know about me shall be listed in my links in the description area below. Um, Getting back to my roots, ladies and gentlemen. I'm getting back to my roots. You know, Q&A sessions, they're good, they're fun, not at all wholesome, but we like to get it in over there. But every now and again, I got to get back to my topical mind state and get back into that frame of mind because there's often things that I love to discuss and things that I love to talk about. And whether I'm sitting here talking about them with myself, it does not matter because Doc can talk to himself for as long as he needs to. But for anybody who catches this on the replay, y'all make sure y'all get the likes up, man, and don't get caught lacking in these streets, bro. And make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, okay? So let's keep it a buck and a half, gentlemen, ladies too. Let's keep it 100. Doc is Davao City to his soul, okay? Doc, Dr. Mike TV, Michael. For those that know my government name, Doc is Davao City to his soul. Okay. For many of you who know, that is where I spent the majority of my time in country. That's where we had a house. That's where I went to school. That's where I became who I became. That's where the boy became the good doc. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But Davao City is where I made my name. So pardon me for the bias when I tell you that I'm Davao City to my soul, and that will always be my second home. I don't mind visiting other locations, guys. I don't mind going to Manila every now and again. You know, you can have your Cebu's, your Cebuti lands, your Cebu, whatever. Y'all can have that shit. Y'all can have it. That's you. Y'all happy there? Y'all keep that. But Davao City is where I breed, man. That is where I get. That's where I get it in. All right. So one of the questions that people tend to ask me a lot about Davao City is Davao City safe? How do you feel about Davao City and all of the above? Davao City is the safest city in the Philippines, period. I would challenge anybody to find a safer city in the Philippines other than Davao City. I challenge you to challenge me on the safeness of the city. No way in hell you're gonna tell me that there's any city, large city, that is safer than Davao City. You just can't tell me that. And I promise you, there's just no city safer. But it baffles me because how is it that Davao City is the safest city in the Philippines, but it is located in the most dangerous region in the Philippines? Let me rewind that because I think a lot of y'all ain't gonna pick up what I'm putting down unless you really listen. And I want y'all to really lock in on this one, guys. How is it that Davao City is the safest city in the Philippines in the most dangerous region in the Philippines? Riddle me this, Batman. Now, there's a multitude of different answers that I could come up with, but then I would just be beating around the bush and not getting straight to the point. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know how and why Davao City is the safest city in all of the Philippines, but rather located in one of the worst regions in the Philippines, more or less the Mindanao region, where a lot of particularly bad things seem to happen. I only got one thing to say, ladies and gentlemen. That credit goes to none other than former mayor, current El Presidente, Rodrigo Duterte. Now, before I get into this, Doc is not a big fan of talking about politics. I don't talk about politics. I am not a politician, nor do I get involved in politics. I don't like United States politics, and I for damn sure don't snoop my nose into Philippine politics. That is not my place. That is not my space. But I will tell you this from a person who has experienced life in Davao City, gentlemen, I believe wholeheartedly, and this is just an opinion alone. You can take it to the grave if you want to. Davao City is safe because of the Duterte family. but more specifically, Rodrigo the third thing. Now, a lot of y'all will be like, oh man, how is it that one man did all of this? I want y'all to do your research real quick. I'm gonna challenge y'all to do your homework assignment for me real quick because I think that you'll start to get the information as it funnels through. Again, before I get into it, I understand that everybody's gonna have their differing opinions about this man. Okay, quite frankly, you either like him or you don't. Okay, that's just the way that it is. But I'm going to give you some intricate details of some things that I do believe will be fundamental in elementary, and not even elementary sound, but fundamentally sound arguments as to why. And you can do your research if you choose to do. Now, this man was the mayor of Davao City for 21 years. First things first, mayor of Davao for 21 years. I would challenge you. I would challenge you to do your research and find out what Davao City was like before Duterte became the mayor. I mean, it shouldn't be too much of a hard Google search. Just say, well, Google search what that, or find out find out the year that he started becoming the mayor. I think that was in the early '90s, and then fact check and go back to what Davao City was like before that, you would see Davao City was a hot mess, guys. Davao City was a hot mess. We're talking about drugs. We talk about all of the above, man. Just problems. And you talk about an unsafe city, bruh. Davao City was super, super unsafe, guys. Unsafe. I give you my word. That was before my time, but trust me when I tell you, I read what Davao City was like before that, and I wouldn't recommend anybody come there before that. Now, if you haven't noticed, man, he's going on to become the president, and now his daughter is the current mayor. And unless his son is bowed out of being the vice mayor, I don't think he has. Maybe he has, but I think the son is the vice mayor of Davao City. So basically, the Duterte family runs Davao. Eh, fair and easy assessment to say. Okay. So knowing that this man and his family runs the city, that city has never been safer. Again, you may not agree with the way that he's going about making Davao City a safe city. There's a lot of rumblings and grumblings, and there's a lot of things that you can say are fact, and then there's a couple of things that are just speculative at best as to how he got Davao City to be the safest city in the Philippines, or damn near one of the safest cities in the world. I can say that. A lot of people don't want to believe in DDS. I'm not going to tell you what the DDS stands for. I think if you do your research about what DDS is, just know the first word is Davao, and you can fill in the blanks. Anybody and everybody should know what DDS is. If you haven't heard about this particular group, the more you know, man. I encourage you to do your research on it. But granted, they went around and they kind of somewhat speculative, allegedly, yeeted all of the people who were involved in negative activities in the country. And it got to the point, in my personal opinion, that, the locals were just, the local bad crowd, more specifically, was just too damn shook to do anything in the city, period. So rather than going through and causing havoc like they did before, when they realized that this man here was no nonsense. I mean, when I say no nonsense, I mean no nonsense. I mean, this man here will get on his motorbike and patrol the city with his crew. But he got a nice little motorcycle collection for himself. If y'all ain't know that. First thing in the morning, you will see this man 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning just riding around with his people, man, on his motorbike. And please believe that man was packing. That goes without saying. So this man definitely did look out for the city. And, the way he went about it, I kind of feel like it kind of got everybody shook and in place. So if he was even thinking about doing anything bad, it kind of sort of got everybody to tighten up with quickness. You feel me? So, after a while of living in the city and being there, I realized that, had it not been for him and his family, I don't think Davao would be anything about what it is today. All right. Real talk. Now, how is it that Davao City can be the safest city, but in one of the craziest yet dangerous regions? That's a good question. The way that I look at it is like this, man. Nobody really fucks with Davao City. That man can only control the city that he is mayor of. So the things that happen outside of Davao City, city limits, he can't control that. That's not his place. I mean, he's the president now, so that is his place. But you know, all things considering, his job, duty, and responsibility is to keep Davao City safe. You feel me? His family's job, current Mayor Indicera the Third Day, their job is to keep the city of Davao safe. Now, what happens outside of Davao City when you're going towards Digos and Jensen, Caloocan and Catiil and Mati and Davao Oriental, and what's happening in those further regions up north, or the ones going down south, that ain't his place nor his space. You feel me? So that's not where he belongs. I mean, that's not he doesn't have that type of coverage, right? So it's gotten to the point where I feel like everybody knows not to fuck with Davao City. And I'm not just, saying that just to be the I just really feel that people know not to mess with Davao City. Like that's just a place that's off limits. If you're going to conduct these types of negative acts and activities, it can happen in any other place but Davao City. Now again, I will say this. Now, bad things have happened before. I'm not going to sit there and say that there haven't been incidences that have slipped through the cracks a little bit. I'm not going to say that things have slipped through the cracks a little bit, and some things have happened within city limits. But overall, if you keep it real, I do believe that as far as being a foreigner in the Philippines, a foreigner more specifically in Davao City, I think had it not been for him and his family, I wouldn't have been able to walk around them streets at night at 11 o'clock at night, fucking drunk off my ass one night, bro. It was like 11 o'clock, 11:30. I had to go catch a jeep, man. I was twisted. I ain't going front, but it's like it's like we just go through what we go through. But Davao City, in its essence, guys, that's not going to change, man. Davao City is the safest city because of what he's been able to do. And let's not, forget the contributions this man made to the city. Davao City is literally the only place with 911 emergency rescue vans and all of the above, man. There's no other city in the Philippines that has 911 capabilities. Let's not forget it's smoke free. I mean, I don't smoke cigarettes, and I'm happy that I don't. you know, it's just one of those things, man. So all of the rules that have been implemented, a lot of people might sit there and look like, oh, that's pretty much like living under a, whatever the word is. I'm trying to find. It's on the tip of my tongue. I'm just losing it right now. You're living under, the controlling hand or something like that. I know that's not the right term, but you'll get it. Um, but because of that, I feel like there's a lot more. I think that a lot of the negative attention and the negative aspects that come with the country, it doesn't necessarily fall on Davao City as much. All right. But then again, a lot of people think Davao, y'all uptight, man. Y'all don't be doing shit over there and all this, that, and the other. But yet, still, Davao City is one of the safest cities in the Philippines, in the worst region the Philippines has to offer. So riddle me this, Batman. How the fuck did we get there? You got people in place that pretty much blanket the city. I'm not going to sit there and say there hasn't been no politicking and people talking and, maybe agreements were met and, ceasefires or whatever it may be, however you call it. But let's keep it real, man. Most of that energy happens outside the city, right? It's very rare that you have any accidents or incidents that happen within city limits. Now, again, there are going to be some incidences that slip through the cracks. You can sit there and try to call me out on the night market bombing, or maybe there was a story that probably didn't make national news. I mean, I didn't make the news, international news, but there was this one time that some young lady, I think a lady of means, she got kidnapped somewhere outside of the city, and they actually brung her to Davao City to go to the bank at PNB for her to withdraw like like millions and millions of pesos or some shit like that. I don't know. It ended up in a shootout, man. It was a hot mess and a half. It was literally down the street from where my store used to be at. So it's like it was crazy. And I'm not gonna say that there aren't gonna be crazy moments, but like you said, man, crazy moments can happen anywhere. You say Davao is just like LA. Everyone thinks of Hollywood, but one wrong turn, your life can be in danger. Again, outside the city limits, I tell you guys time and time again, I cannot vouch for your safety outside of the city limits. That one wrong turn likely happens outside of city limits. It's just a wave, man. And like I said, bad people exist everywhere. I can just honestly tell you, as a foreigner that has lived in country for a long period of time, Davao City just ain't built that way, man. Davao City just ain't built that way. Baby, stop asking me questions while I'm trying to get in the zone, boo. See, that's what happens when you have a girlfriend. Say hello to my young lady, baby. This not the time. All right, don't ask me questions. Don't ask me questions while I'm trying to get in the zone, boo. Anyways, um, yeah, but back to what I was saying till I was rudely interrupted. Um, that's just the wave, man. It's just crazy. And Davao City, let's be honest, man. Davao City is the safest city in the country. But I will say this. Um, Bad things can happen anywhere, but if you want to know what's really real, uh, you're not gonna really have the types of issues in Davao City, man. It's just the one, man. It's just it. Yo, man, don't be worried about what I be doing, man. Shit, I'm over here I'm trying to do my own thing, man. It's the summertime, man. I'm trying to look good, shit. We got to get out. It's time to get out them shirts and shit. Anyways, man. But like I said, man, back to the topic at hand, guys. Davao City is safe because of the family, man. We're gonna call it that's a family that you do not fuck with, man. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. So yeah, good shit. Uh Anywho, my man LB, what's good with you, brother? Shout out to my man Eyes On. Appreciate you coming through, LB. He said, "What about El Nido? I heard it's really nice there." El Nido, yes, for a vacation. I think El Nido is probably one of the nicest places to visit. I mean, compared to Boracay, I would probably choose El Nido before I choose Boracay, hands down. Shout out to my brother Pedro. Mr. Smith, I'm gonna check that email a little bit later, my dude. He said, if this stock trade goes well, I will be living in the Philippines by 2024. I'll be emailing you soon about the stock trading. All right, family. Yo, just let me know what's on your mind. He said, I do admit that Earth Day has made the Philippines Air Force a danger so much. China's starting to back off. Let's talk about that because I remember talking to gang of shit, though, probably about a couple of weeks back. I know I said some things. This was just me not being in the know, but I was like, yo, I said, I kind of feel like the Philippines caved to China because of that South China Sea incident. I was like, yo, I said, man, I said, damn, China's over here taking over the Philippines now. I was just popping off and shit, but I think he not playing, yo. I think he really gonna fight for the resources in the South China Sea, and I fucks with that. I like that. I like that. That energy is what we need. I mean, if I'm gonna live in a country, I want to live under a person that's gonna fight for his people, and I do believe that that man is in a position to fight for his people. I believe that man is definitely going to do what's best for the Philippines. No cap. Y'all may not like the way he goes about it. I'll tell you the truth. There's a lot of people, a lot of naysayers that do not vibe with the way this man has gone about his business. Okay, respectfully so. I think he's far from diplomatic. Okay, he does not take the diplomatic approach at all. But you know what? He gets the job done. You know, it's unorthodox, man. He doesn't politic well with people sometimes. I mean, but he gonna do what's best for his people. And I believe that any man that's gonna do what's best for his country, not fold, not cave, or anything like that, hey, man, that's kind of somebody I could get behind. That's a country I would want to check and live in. I mean, I believe, like I said, man, I believe it's because of him that foreigners can really walk around the city, more specifically Davao City, safe at night. Real talk. It's because of him. I think these people are scared to do anything to foreigners because of what could potentially happen to them. All right, DDS is something not to play with, yo. Y'all think it's a myth. Some people may think it's a myth. Some people may think it's a real thing. But I'm just gonna be honest with you. That's hit and miss. Everything is a legend until it's been proven true. Now, somebody might have come out and said that DDS exists, but some people don't. I mean, like I said, I believe that there's something and some movements that are happening behind the scenes that have led the country or led specifically Davao City to be in the position that it is to be the safest city in the country. So I know where I found my home at, and like I said, y'all can keep Cebu, y'all can keep El Nido, y'all can keep Boracay, y'all can keep like I said, Cebu, Manila, y'all can have that shit, y'all can have all of it. Doc won't fight you for it. Y'all can have your Dumangettis, you can have your Iloilos, you can have your Angeles cities. Take me to Davao. Shit. Just let me chill in Davao. Don't get me wrong, I'll visit those places. Nothing wrong with a visit or a vacay. Shit. But bring me back to Davao City. I'm going back to yo, I'm not playing, man. That's how it goes for me. You know, y'all can have that shit. And if you've known since day one, Doc has been one of the biggest advocates for the city ever. You'll find nobody online that rocks harder for Davao City than me. And if you do, yeah, maybe. Nah, I doubt there's anybody who rocks for Davao more than me. Unless they literally make all of their videos about Davao, nobody rocks for Davao more than I do. All right, but it's just the truth, man. I rock for that city because I believe in the city. I believe in what it offers, and I believe what it could potentially be in the future. You know, Davao City has its charm for sure. I'm not gonna say it's all peaches and cream. I mean, there's some negative aspects about anything or any place like that. But back to the South China thing, this South China Sea thing, man. He rocking, yo. He really doing his thing. So you got to put some spec on that man's name. That's what really got me fucked up. I think that y'all be just some people just be in the cut disrespecting that man. But I'd be like, look, I know where the man came from. I know the 21 years he put in the Davao City. Pass that on to his daughter, maybe the sons. Somebody gonna take over for the next few years to come. You know what I'm saying? It just comes with the territory. You feel me? So it's like, look, y'all want to play games and disrespect and don't put no spec on that man name. That's on you. I'm just telling you like it is, bro. That man there's the one. And that man there's the truth. And yo, you ain't gotta like it. It is what it is. Mm, my next visit will be Davao if the Philippines reopens. I encourage everybody to give Davao City a chance. All right. Again, I'm not going to sit there and say it's one of them popping cities like Manila or AC or anything like that. But Davao City has a charm, and once you've been able to experience it, it's just something different, man. There is something about Davao City that hits different. There is something about Davao City that just hits different from a foreigner perspective. I mean, if you grew up in Davao City, I guess it's no different than just being in any other city. But there's something about being a foreigner in Davao City. When you're there, it just hits a little different. And like you'll start to get a vibe for the city, right? You know what you kind of know what you can expect when you're going to AC. You kind of know what you can expect when you're going to Manila and Cebu. But when you get to Davao City, that vibe is just different. And every single person that has visited Davao under my recommendation has came back and said the exact same thing. You can ask anybody who has came to Davao City under my recommendation. Um, I know my man's. He's not in the building right now. I know who he is. My brother Jamal. He's visited Davao City under my recommendation. Shout out to my brother HT Logistics 3434. He actually came to visit me while I was in the country. He met me and my young lady, and I had a chance to meet his young lady. I mean, it was a vibe. We have a video. Y'all can check the video out. It's in one of them catalogs. So me and the homie actually HT got together, and even he, I'm not gonna say he was bigging it up like he would ever choose it over Cebu, but there's something about Davao City do. It's just different, And when you get there, you will see exactly what I mean. It might take some time. Again, I should probably keep this to myself. I don't want all y'all motherfuckers in my city. But you know what? Doc's prepared to share. Okay. Doc is definitely prepared to share. Yo, 16 in the building. Yo, y'all make sure I get the likes up, man. I only see 8 likes, and I'm starting to get my feelings. My feelings is starting to get hurt a little bit. So I'm only seeing 8 likes. Y'all make sure I get the likes up, man. Y'all make sure y'all caress my lessons. De-stress yourself a little that like button. It won't, so it needs, it most definitely has to have it. You guys want to support, please feel free to do so. But of course, happy and blessed you choose to come through. Spend a little bit of time with your boy today. Now you're then. The man is trying to make this country safer. I respect that. I never felt danger from the police in the Philippines. Absolutely not. I've never felt danger from Philippine police ever. All right. One thing I can say about Davao City taxis, they won't try to scam you. I know that for a fact, because I'm always about to ride for my city. I know better than that. But I have never been inside of a taxi in Davao City and felt like I had to argue with this person to start the meter or anything like that. You don't have those issues. Now that meter be jumping crazy sometimes, and that should be making me feel away. But that's happened a handful of times, and most of the time I spend all my time on Jeeps and stuff anyways. So that a handful of times I kind of felt the way, but for the most part, it really felt like you don't have any of those issues. And the police there, man, they really do genuinely like foreigners, man. For the most part, I've never had any issues with police there, even if I'm at fault doing some shit. I've never really had any issues, problems, or concerns dealing with Philippine police, man. You get a different vibe, man. I mean, I don't know if they're trained to kill or anything like that. I'm pretty sure they are, but most of the time they don't draw their weapon, because they're not really pressed like that. I mean, unless you've been known to be a violent offender, chances are they're not gonna come up there with their hand on their weapon looking to draw that shit. No, that's not the way the people rock in that city. That's not the way the people rock in the country. That's definitely not the way the military rocks. I mean, I walk past. You'll see this a lot in Davao if you come though, but you'll see a lot of military personnel. I mean, people walking around with they weapons. I don't know if they AKs, AR-15s. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever the damn weapon is, because again, I know guns. I just don't know the big ones because I don't really handle machine guns of any kind. But they got their guns, man. They cool as shit, yo. They be like, "Hey, my brother." I'm like, "Yo, what's up, man?" Smile out or be friendly, man. These people be friendly back. Yo, the energy there is just different. In the country, man, you ain't never had no negative energy from people. Now again, if you out there smashing on their girls and they kind of feel a way about it, and you kind of put yourself out there as that type of foreigner, I'm not gonna sit there and say you're gonna get the same warm reception, but I will say that for the most part, as long as you cool, trust me when I tell you, everybody else is cool. Damn near on every corner in the city, police, bro. And I just realized that there's police of some kind on damn near every corner in the city area of Davao City, because there's always banks on damn near every corner. So every bank has a night guard. So there's always a night guard out. I mean, around the night market, man, like you kind of get scanned to go through the light night market, man. So they got the military presence out there. I mean, everybody thinking, yo, man, y'all under like martial law or some shit. And even if they did call martial law, how many times did they call martial law in Davao City? More than once, I am sure. And never once did I feel threatened, or ever never once did I feel like I was under a strict regime, and never once did I feel pressed about anything. I think it was just another day, man. Y'all think martial law actually meant something. Everybody thinking, oh my God, Davao City's under martial law. What does that mean? Not a damn thing. Because my day still went on the exact same as it would any other day. And it would not have changed your day either. So you're not really pressed like that by police. Police bad chill though. Like some people, actually one of my close friends that I graduated with from college, his name was Mark. He ended up being I think he's PNP, Philippine National Police. I think nah, he might be in I can't remember what unit he went into. I gotta email him on not email. I gotta hit him up on Facebook and ask him. But yo, my man's military lace now. A couple of students that graduated in the nursing degree department. Now they're police. So it's kind of like it's a career path, man. It's definitely one that's secure. And hell, you get to carry a gun, man. Shit, that's the way I see it, man. That's a win-win for me, because normally you're not really pressed with like the types of energy that you think people are gonna have with you, if you feel me. Jay, man, I appreciate you, bro. He said I would rather be taxed in a nice way than roughed up and taxed, unlike in the US. Yo, man, you ain't gonna never have. I can't say you'll never have those issues because that's not fair for me to say. But I'll honestly sit there and tell y'all, man, straight up, man, the energy level from the police in the Philippines is 100. It's a complete 180 from the US, guys. Complete 180. You will never have the same. I'm not gonna say, I shouldn't say never, but you will highly likely never have the same energy from the people. I mean, from the U.S. than you'll have in the Philippines, man. And it's funny though, because you're thinking in a foreign country, oh shit, everybody trying to scam me, everybody trying to do this to me, everybody trying to do that to me. It's not really like that, man. It's not really like that. He says, I'll be happy when the Philippines open so I can get to the Enchanted Kingdom and Waterworld. I've heard great things about the Enchanted Kingdom. I've never been. I've been to the Enchanted River. The Enchanted River, where my young lady's from in Surigao. That's a pretty place. That water's pretty as hell. It was just too many people swimming that day, and I just wasn't feeling the vibe. But yeah, for sure, for sure. They do got beautiful places. I mean, that goes without saying. He said you said you put Davao on the bat. Nobody was talking about the city until you mentioned it 3 years ago on Jay's show. Yo, nobody can touch me in Davao City. You want to know who is the adopted this son and who should be the ambassador to Davao City, you're looking at it. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm black. I don't know. I'm fucking with you. I don't know, man. Maybe if I try hard enough, I could be Davao City's ambassador, bro. You don't even have to pay me, bro. I'll do that shit for free. I've been doing it for free. I mean, dude, if I could have a meeting with the mayor right now, man, me and her, we got a politic. I actually had a chance to meet her like three different occasions, man. She's mad chill, yo. She's sweet as hell. Mayor Indicera the third thing. Oh, she's awesome, man. She's really awesome. I was helping a friend do a project and had to interview her, so I was kind of just doing the recording, of the video when I met her back when I was in my undergrad. She mad cool. She's really sweet. Like she's nice and shit. She talk to you and shit. She different. But again, trying to get close to that family is not easy, bro. Let's not get it twisted, man. It's not like everybody can just walk up on them like that. It's not like that. Yo, security be heavy. Nowadays security is a little bit heavier because we're talking about El Presidente and family. So it's a little bit different. But Davao City, Davao City's the shit. Period. All right, and I will rock. I told you, man, to the day that I die, to the day that I take my last breatheth, I'll rock for Davao City, bro. I will adamantly tell y'all that Davao City is the place to be. Again, you got to have a vibe for it. It's a real relaxed, chill space. I tell y'all that. And the reason I keep telling y'all that is because I never want you to go there thinking you're going to have the same experience you're going to have in Angeles City, okay? You can't go to Davao with the same mindset thinking you're going to have the exact same experience that you're going to have in other cities. You can't go there thinking it's going to be like Cebu. You can't go there thinking it's going to be like Manila. You got to go to Davao thinking that it's just like Davao, okay? Nothing less. All right, don't. I don't want y'all to, sell yourself short because you over here trying to compare it to shit. All right, give it a chance. Take a week, understand the vibe, man, and I promise you, y'all will never do Davao like that, man. Y'all will never do that. That Davo's that shit. Well, Davao will be in quarantine again tomorrow, and some businesses will be closed again, I think. So we ain't too happy about that. Yeah, one of the many things about Davao City being a very strict, somewhat strict city, they've kind of been doing some real interesting things during the quarantine. Outside of the quarantine, Davao City is awesome. During the quarantine, Davao City's been a little bit iffy. I will say that. All right, I have to attest to that. Again, focusing on the negative aspect of what Davao City is about. Quarantine, a little bit different there, guys. I can honestly tell you that. A little bit different. Actually, it's a lot of it. It's a lot of it different. They're definitely quick to lock down shit, and they're definitely quick to extend quarantines, and extensive quarantines and all of that stuff. They're quick to extend that shit too with nothing. I mean, if they feel like cases are on the rise, they will shut some shit down. It comes with the territory, though. I mean, is it really helping? I don't know. Probably making a lot of people antsy. So, it's hit and miss. But I will say that, it comes with the territory, man. I mean, like I said, with the way Davao City is, from my experiences before really getting into, all of this shit, I could have expected it to be exactly like this. Nah, HT ain't in the house though, but shout out to my big bro, man. I got nothing but love for the brother. Yo, Jay, appreciate you, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. My man responded, "What's good with you, man? Long time no see, my G." He says, "How far is Davao from Manila? About an hour and 40 minute plane ride. Davao to Manila and vice versa is an hour and 40 minute plane ride. So I suggest you take a moment. Again, I just want you to open yourselves up to the idea. Again, when the country opens up now, let's make sure I make that abundantly clear. Don't be trying to make these moves during quarantine times. Not the best of looks, gentlemen. But during the time when the country is open, I promise you, give it a little bit of time, man. Give Davao a solid week, and you'll see exactly what I've been talking about. Matter of fact, if I'm in Davao City and you just so happen to be coming through the city, by all means, let the good doc show you a bomb ass time. Okay? Let the good doc show you a good time in Davao City. That could be fun. Very much fun. Like I said, you just gotta have a vibe with you, man. Davao City is not known for their red light districts. Davao City is not known for the bars and all of that stuff. They got some great places like Club Echelon and some other locations, some other locales that are actually not bad when you get to hang out with them or get to get up in those particular areas. Me and my young lady, we like foul play. Again, foul play is not really a place that's like a loud bustling. They got great music. All we do is sit there, we drink, and we catch a vibe. Man, that is literally it. Matter of fact, one of my favorite videos that I ever recorded was me and her hanging out at foul play. Talking about I was trying to get her drunk. No, I was not trying to get you drunk. But that was one of my favorite videos that I ever shot. Because, it doesn't really show anything, but drinks are cheap. So the vibe is chill, man. It's just what it is, bro. That's all I can tell you. Just got to give it a chance. That's all I would ever ask of you, gentlemen. Enchanted Kingdom is pretty cool. I lived close to there for a while. Star City was my favorite spot before the fire, of course. I went to Star City one time. Star City was actually not bad. I was scared to get on those rides. I did not trust Philippine ingenuity. I'm not gonna cap, guys. I did not trust Philippine ingenuity at all. I'm like, look, something about that ride seemed real shaky, my dude. That shit did not sit well with me. So I just more or less walked around and stuff. I didn't get on any of the rides in Star City, but yeah, no. Something just didn't hit right. But yeah, man, I never been to the Enchanted Kingdom. I just never been. I mean, I guess if my young lady want to go, I'll take her. But that's not really my kind of like vibe though. That's not what I go for. That's not what I'm in the country for. But I guess if you like it, it is what it is. I've seen foreigners get real bold in the Philippines with officials. Huh. Yeah, me too. The whole time I'm thinking in the US you would have gotten beaten. That is very true. Probably you would have gotten shot. You know, dude, I'm not about to buck up at nobody. For damn sure, I'm not bucking up at no police, bruh. I'm gonna keep it real with you. All right, this is the truth. This is the truth, and the truth shall set me free. Doc is an African American man. All right, I don't do that shit to police in the United States of America. Ain't no way in hell I'm gonna remotely try to attempt that shit with police in other countries. Who gonna miss me if they just so happen to have a bad day and they feel like getting antsy? Huh? Who the fuck gonna come looking for me? Who in the hell is gonna come looking for Doc? I don't know. I don't know. It's not. Riddle me this, Batman. Who coming for me? Who gonna even know where to find me? Heaven forbid I get bold and shit and try to get up in some police face, man. I wouldn't do that shit in my own home country. Why the hell do you think I would do that abroad? Like I said, man, some people got a lot of balls, man. I'm just not the one. I'm not that guy. I don't need that energy. Look, I'll buy them a round of drinks. I'm telling you right now. You want to know how I got in good with the Philippine police in Davao City? It's a true story. True story. Um, I bought everybody around the Red Horse, and we talk about the litro bottles, the big joints, man. Real talk. I remember one time I got pulled over. I remember where it was coming from Buhangin. I don't know nothing about this, but there's this intersection where Buhangin is, where you're just going over to where the airport is, and I think it was illegal to make a right turn or some shit, and I made the right turn. Police pulled me over and shit, wanting to write the ticket. My dude, gave that man 100 pesos and bought him some Red Horse. That cleared my slate very, very fast. You feel me? Look, buy them something to drink, and you will have the best time of your life, man. They will love you forever. Buy the round of drinks for them. I shit you not. You will have the time of your life in country, man. You will have the time of your life. All right. All they want to do is drink and have fun. Now they're not going to do it on their shift, but for damn sure, when they shift is over, oh, they're gonna get lit. Because everybody in the Philippines, for some reason, it seems like everybody in the Philippines like to drink. Just make sure the Red Horse is on deck. Sam Mig isn't really a favorite. I don't know what it is. Sam Mig is aight, but that's more of a foreigner thing than it is a Filipino thing because Red Horse is where it's at. And not just the regular Red Horse. We talk about the extra strong. I used to drink that shit when my homeboys had parties and stuff like that. That shit just burned my throat, man. I did not like it. But hey, the locals like it, man. What is it gonna cost me? $10 to buy a round? And we talking about the case, dog. We talking about like 6 of them big litro drinks. And just make sure they can keep the money and give the deposit back. Bruh, buy the drinks for your people. Buy the drinks for the police, bruh. Oh man, you gonna be in everybody's good graces. They gonna know the black kid with the bald head. Yo, that motherfucker mad cool. Yo, he bought around for us. They always gonna remember that shit. They remember that stuff. And I'm not gonna say it has nothing to do with their salary, but I'm telling you, anything free, everybody's down to get down for it. I don't care who you are. Anything that's free, everybody's cool with the person that supplies and hooks them up. Now again, it's not an everyday thing. I ain't gonna never see these motherfuckers again. Highly likely, highly unlikely, I'm really gonna run into them again unless I purposely do so, or I'm looking for them, or I need some help. Remember, I helped. I didn't even help them out, but I bought them around the drinks. Trust me when I tell you, if they can help you and return the favor, they absolutely will. They be like, "Yo, my brother, oh, dude, all you got to do is show up and be friendly, and you'll be surprised at who you can have in your corner." Trust me, you need somebody in your corner, and trust me, there's no better person in your corner than a official, a police official. You know what I'm saying? I don't know exactly what position that person might be holding, but there's nothing better than having some police in your corner. Never know when you're gonna need them. Had a number on speed dial. Matter of fact, a lot of people don't know this because I don't talk about it because it's nobody's fucking business. But my uncle, my stepmom's uncle, is a sitting judge. I don't know. He's probably retired right now, but he's a judge in Davao City. If I ever needed anything, if my family ever needed anything, at the drop of a dime, you make one phone call, shit get done. Period. That was literally the way it was. One phone call was made. He will send his whoever's assistant that was working with him. The situation will be handled quickly. Nothing violent, but if there was a situation or or maybe a disagreement or something, and things needed to be said because nobody was budging, you make the right phone call to the right people. You Gucci for sure, for sure. But again, that comes with the territory. And if you want to know why Davao City has become my place, for those particular reasons alone, I've been able to get to know my local community. I've been able to get to know my local people around me. And the fact that I know my local people around me, and the fact that Davao City isn't as big as I thought it was, and damn near everybody knows everybody, and they can sit there and say, yeah, we know that black bald dude. Yeah, he cool as shit. Man, my job is done. All I got to do is smile, be friendly, throw some dabs and shit, and we Gucci. We in there like booty here, man. That's it. So yeah, I would never think of bucking up at police, man. Shit, I'll buy them around before I do all that. Cause trust me, I need everybody in my good graces. It makes my life easier, man. Why the fuck do I want to go to a country and make my life harder? Huh? Who goes to the Philippines just to make their life difficult? Not me, man. Not I, my friend. How was the party scene in Davao City? It sucks. Unless you know where to go, guys. The party scene. Let me stop, man. The actual party scene in Davao City is cool, but they shut down the bars at about 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. Like you're not gonna be partying all night. That's the only problem. Yeah, they shut the bars down at about 2 o'clock in the morning. I think it's 1 or 2 a.m. If my girl was still here, she'll tell you. I think it's like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. I can't remember specifically. And like I said, man, there's a handful of clubs that are really legit, a handful of clubs that I like. I mean, they're not clubs where you actually go to meet women or to pick up on girls and stuff like that, but it's a nice place to take somebody, if that makes sense. I mean, Club Echelon to an extent, you might be able to talk to a couple of girls, but it's very rare that a lot of girls go out, by themselves. And, there's some hole in the wall places that I've seen where some girls be hanging out and it be cracking, but I just don't trust them. I don't trust those places. That's why I only talk about Foul Play and Club Echelon. I talk about those two because I know those two. There's some other places in country, little like I said, there's some hole in the wall places, man. I don't know the crowd very well, so I wouldn't recommend you hang out at those places. I know where they're at, whether they're still open or not, I don't know because I haven't been back in a while. But I used to see the girls that used to come up out of there, but I also used to see the dudes that came up out of there too. And I'm like, yeah, no, this does not look like the place for me or a place that I can recommend my people. So it comes with the territory, man. You can see, but you can actually Google, I mean, do YouTube videos on Club Echelon. I know there's a lot of other people that have actually have videos, so you can see if it's the type of place that you feel like you would have a vibe or be able to kick it with or have a good time in. But like I said, clubs usually shut down about 2 a.m. Unfortunately, nightlife there isn't really all that. But trust me, if you know the right people, you'll know where to go when the party needs to continue. You'll know the houses and the places where things can go down. So you know, normally that's like a private thing. I don't really get involved in any of that stuff too much. But back when I was in high school, man, it made it easy to find out where the parties were because everybody knew somebody. And what a lot of people didn't know about my classmates is my classmates, my nursing classmates, man, they were rich as hell. And I didn't know that. But thinking about the fact that they had to pay 40K and I think 40K a semester. I think my young lady, what, they pay like 40K every semester. And we're talking about in pesos, of course. For their degree and stuff like that. I just, didn't put two and two together because that wasn't really a thing. But that was the dude. Like my classmates, man, they were something else, man. Me and my boy Ali, it's my guy right there, man. He used to know where everything was at. I just used to follow him. You got to get around with the right people. It's just all about who you know, guys. Y'all should know that by now. But yeah, the party scene, bro, hit and miss, depending. Does Davao keep foreigners out because of location? Hence, it's safer due to less foreigners. Absolutely not. There's so many foreigners there, my friend. So many foreigners, man. Foreigners are causing most of the problems. No, no, nah, I don't see that. I mean, over the years, from the time I could tell you right now, when I first got to Davao City in 2006, officially, yeah, I visited 2005, but when I officially moved there in 2006, um, I would go months without seeing foreigners. Now, if I was to go there now, see a foreigner every day. See a foreigner every time you turn your head, man. Nah, there's plenty of foreigners, guys. I promise you, plenty of foreigners in Davao City. But at a time, Davao City was such a taboo city, and nobody really wanted to go there. It was the danger zone. Oh my God, who really wants to go to Davao City? I heard they be chopping off foreigner heads and shit. I heard they be shooting foreigners up and shit. I heard the police is like this. I mean, so at a period of time, Davao City had such a negative vibe, or had this negative image that a lot of people weren't coming there. Period. So it was just like it was happening. Shit, I ain't seen no foreigners for a hot minute. Now I go, man, time to turn around. Somebody breaking in there, they foreigners and shit. I'm like, shit. But it comes with the territory, man. It's only a matter of time before the word got out about Davao City. I know I'm one of its biggest advocates, and I will continue to be to the day that I die because Davao City is my home. Davao City is my home. That is my place. That is my peace. That is my tranquility. I have nothing but great things to say about Davao City. I will not lie to you and act like it's all good and no bad because that's not fair to you. But I genuinely enjoy my time there. Even when I'm on vacation, bruh. Even when I go on vacation, I'm going for like a week or so. I'm like, damn, when am I getting back to Davao? Yo, this shit don't rock with me like that. I'll have fun for the first 2 or 3 days if I'm visiting a place or going somewhere. And now I'm ready to go home. I'm like, yo, let's go home, man. This shit, I lose interest quick. Except when I was in Cebu. When me and my young lady went to Cebu together, because like she's really good about finding places to go and stuff. I'm not good at that shit at all. But when it comes down to that, though, like if you keep me busy, I'm Gucci, man. If I gotta find my own activity, let me go home. Period. All right, but yeah, it's not the foreigners. Foreigners aren't really causing a problem, ironically. And there are a lot more foreigners visiting, so I don't really think. I mean, if you compare the number of visiting foreigners to a place like Cebu or Manila, of course, you already know that Cebu and Manila are always going to have the more influx of foreigners. Hell, even Angeles City probably has more foreigners traveling there than they probably would in Davao City, because Davao City is usually a place that a lot of people don't put on their map. But Doc is going to put it on the map. Period. Been talking about Davao City, bruh. I think my fourth video was about Davao City. The fourth video I ever made back in April of 2017. I was talking about Davao City. You'll never find nobody talking about that city more than me. I don't think so. But to each their own, man. Power outage in Cebu. I don't know. Are you saying there is one now? I know that when I think we have rolling brownouts during now that's okay. That brings up something that I would love to talk about with you guys real quick. During these summer months, usually in Davao City, they have what they like to refer to as rolling brownouts. I'm glad that you said that. But yeah, these rolling brownouts, man, they happen in certain regions and certain grid areas in the city. So where I used to live at in Terrell, sometimes we go like 5 hours with no electricity, man. That's enough to kill you on the inside, I'm telling you. But sometimes these rolling blackouts used to happen every day. Just something you got to deal with. I don't know if it was about the conservation of energy at the time. I don't know what it is that kind of kept this particular thing ongoing. Things were overheating, I believe, in certain areas. So I think it was just something that they made an announcement for. Certain areas were going to be experiencing brownouts between this hour and this hour, and then other areas this hour and this hour. So it became something that was like a daily thing. It was crazy. Thank God my business at the time didn't need anything electrical. I mean, when the AC couldn't blow, golly, man, that shit was hot as hell. But other than that, man, we had good times, man. Good times. Good times, people. Davao City is nothing but fun and good times. You just gotta know what to do. And trust me, if you ask the good doc, if you ask me, I will happily give you some activities to partake in. I will happily tell you some places I recommend you go. I will happily give you the 411 on my city. Shout out to my man Reginald Graham. Have I been to Butuan? I have not. I've been as far as Surigao del Sur, and that's where I stopped. But I've heard pretty good things about Butuan. I've heard some people who have made the trip all the way there. I think I think the trip that me and my young lady take to go to Surigao is about 5 hours, and Butuan is about 7 or 8 hours. So I might stop 3 hours shy of that Butuan trip. Something to that effect, maybe. Can't remember my exact timing, but I've heard pretty good things about the area. Probably, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of beautiful women in that area too, because Butuan does have this provincial vibe, like a lot of other places and stuff. And I think that, for all of you who are looking for that provincial young thing, you know, Butuan may not be a bad place to check out. It just depends on, what you're looking for. But I still believe that everything you can find in the province, you'll probably be able to find in Davao City. A lot. The best way for me to describe Davao City is it's literally a mix of province and city life. You know what I'm saying? They got the modern amenities and they've got the malls and all of that stuff, all in one location, but yet and still things are still spread out. A lot of buildings aren't built on top of each other yet, but then again, the country, that particular city is still developing and there's a lot more condominiums going up, and then they built I think it's Dusit Tani. Oh my God. That place is expensive. We're talking about 80 million peso fucking condos. Have you lost your damn mind? 80 million peso condos? Bruh, I can't even say that shit without my heart jumping. 80 million peso condos. I think it's called Dusit Tani. And I think it's Indian. I think it's Indian made or is it Thai? I can't remember. Yeah, Dusit Tani. Google it. And then outside of the mall there, SM Lanang, they're trying to build a nice little area on the backhand of SM Lanang, man. I mean, so right now there's a lot of good things going on. There's a lot of great infrastructure and projects happening in the country. I do believe that Davao City will be the next Cebu. No doubt in my mind. Manila is going to continue to develop at a rapid rate as they continue to do. Cebu is going to become the next Manila, and Davao City is going to become the next Cebu. In my opinion, Tagum is going to become the next Davao City. Or should I? No, well, actually, I would say Cagayan de Oro, but Cagayan is kind of already not on the same wave as what Davao is now, but kind of pushing it a little bit. So, yeah, good shit. All right. So, whenever the Philippines does open up, I do have a high expectation that things are going to rapidly grow. I do see that happening. Don't know why. I just got a feeling. He says, "Have you been to Baguio?" My dad's been to Baguio. Baguio's cold. I heard it get cold there. Like you need a jacket type cold. And that's different, man. It's crazy. That one particular area gets cold enough you need a jacket. It's crazy. They got strawberries there. I heard the strawberries there be hitting something different, man. For sure. But me personally, I haven't been yet. I've been invited. I just haven't been there yet. Maybe one day soon, gentlemen. Maybe one day soon. All right, ladies and gents. Had some fun with y'all. Time for me to go and get to getting. So let me shout out my kinfolk and my skinfolk, and I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go about your business, man. But my brother Smooth Riffs, man. Appreciate you coming through. My man Reginald Graham. Eyes on, brother. Yo, if you really want to get into it, if you want to get some skin in the game with that trading, my guy, email me. I got you. JM, appreciate you. JX, man. Party scene ain't all that great, but trust me, I promise you, you'll find things to get into in Davao City that'll keep you happy. Just trust the word of the good dog. Have I ever lied to you before? That's the question I ask everybody. Have I ever lied to you before? All right, but shout you out, man. And my man, Mr. Smith, much love to you, brother. I'm gonna read that email soon, responding. Brother, I forgot the name, man. You gotta tell me what your name is so I can call you out by your name. All right. Yo, JX, man, appreciate the super chat, my dude, appreciate you. My young lady, always love. SML, always love Pimp Juice. Appreciate you coming through. If I miss you, leave your name down at the bottom. There wasn't a lot of us in the chat tonight, but for anybody who watches this on the playback, guys, yo, make sure you throw a like in there for the doc. I appreciate that. My man Pedro, always love, man. My man LV, appreciate you being here, man. Like I said, guys, I appreciate y'all spending some time with me today. You could have been anywhere in the world, and you decided to come through and at least listen to me have my moment with the topic today. And I hope you guys enjoyed the topic. And if you did, you already know what to do. If you watch this on a replay, leave it down in the comment section if you have any comments, questions, or concerns about the city. If you just wanted to write anything about personal Davao City experiences, you just let me know, man. I would love to hear what you guys got to say. All right. So, with that being said, the good doc is officially out. At least knuckle. Paalam, which means I am going now. Bye bye. As always, love you guys. Sincerely do. Mahal kita. Buhay. Peace.